Hello and welcome, I'm Arrow, and today we are playing This World Unknown. We are going to be going the Asa route. I have it all planned out. Have the paper I wrote out, so that way we make sure that we go his route and make sure that everything just goes perfect. And there's going to be a lot of repeat things as we go through the next 5 routes. There's 5 routes that we're going to be doing. I am very excited to be doing this, and I hope y'all, enjoy yourself and have fun. Let's go ahead and get started. Luca, do you know when you're coming back? I'm afraid I can't say. I don't know when this war is supposed to end. Nobody does. It's been years already, but nothing seems to have changed. They always need new men to fight. I know that, but Rhea, please, don't cry. Not for me. I'm sorry, I'm being selfish, aren't I? Even though I said I wouldn't, it happened before I even realized it. Silly. I guess I must be, crying like that. Even though I thought you're doing the right thing. Even though I want you to. But when I stop and think about it, Listen, Rhea, don't worry. I'll see you again. I'll definitely see you again. I'll come back, whether it takes months or years. You promise? Of course, I promise. April 21st. Monday. I open my eyes slowly, hesitantly, and the new day rushes forward to greet me. Sunlight streams in through the window, engulfing my vision and making me wince. I blink away the light spots that bloom in front of my eyes like mushrooms. It takes a little while longer than usual. Why do I feel so groggy this morning? I sigh, holding my hand to my head. My hair's all messy. I must have been tossing and turning in my sleep again. I had another dream last night. A dream about him. I can still remember that day perfectly, down to the last detail. How loud and excitable the crowds were, with their paper streamers and their colorful banners held aloft in the wind. The way the white clouds drifted along in the pale blue sky, like boats across the water. My hair, which is tied up in braids, slightly crooked, one a bit thicker than the other. Luca's smile, and how it trembled when he tried to comfort me. The way he turned his head to one side to hide his expression so I wouldn't see. But I still knew. He was scared. He tried not to show it, but I could tell. It's been almost a year now. I wonder how he is. I wonder if he's still alive. Luca. Nom. Nom nom. Medium rare. Still slightly bloody. I can almost smell it. Laying in the bed beside me, her blanket ruckled up around her legs, is Claire. Her arms wrapped around her pillow, she's gnawing on it, like it's a juicy steak. Maybe, in her dreams, it is. The dreams of maidens are pure things, I guess. I shouldn't intrude. Still, I wonder how many pillows she goes through in a month, with those sharp teeth of hers. Claire's always been a restless sleeper. She even walks around in her sleep sometimes, though she hasn't done that for a few months. Kinda happy about that, seeing someone else stumble around, eyes closed. Kinda like some kind of zombie. It's pretty unnerving, even if it's only Claire. No, come back, don't go, I want to eat you. Don't leave me like this. I guess she still talks in her sleep, though. Now, I wonder what she could possibly be dreaming about. I shake my head, trying to drive any Luca-related thoughts from my mind. What's the point in making myself miserable about something I can't change? I can't afford to spend time moping. I have work to do. Alright, Rhea, let's go. You can do this. I slap my cheeks with the palm of both my hands, trying to psych myself up. Ow. Stings more than I expected. I might hit myself a little too hard. Claire and I sit in the kitchen, surrounded by the chatter of our fellow nurses. As per usual, they don't pay much attention to us. Steffi gives me a sleepy smile, and Marie wishes me a good morning. That's about it. I wonder if they keep their distance because Claire and I are the youngest nurses here. I don't really mind, though. That just means Claire and I can talk together uninterrupted. Ugh, this stuff always tastes so better. Do you think? I frowned, taking another sip of my knotweed tea. No, it's the same knotweed tea as always, fairly mild, with hardly any flavor. If I had any complaints about this drink, it would certainly be that it's too bitter. Mine's just fine. But mine isn't. Mine never is. Maybe we had different tastes. No way, I bet Valley's trying to make me sick. Jerk. Why would you think Dr. Valley would try to make you sick? I don't know. Normal humans like myself can't understand how that monster thinks. I know he can be quite stern, but you don't need to go that far. I bet he's punishing me because I'm always the last one to wake up. He's giving me the super bitter brew to teach me a lesson. I know it. Well, you do look a little more awake than you did 5 minutes ago. This is discrimination. I'm totally gonna complain. Who are you gonna complain to? I don't know. One of the saints? Aren't they meant to strike down on bad men who do cruel things to cute girls? I don't recall any bits about that in the scripture myself. Then they need rewriting. Who, if not the saints, will protect us cute girls? It's so unfair. So saying, Claire lets her head fall against the table with a thud. Now then, is that complaining I hear in early this morning? Can it that, by any chance, be you, Claire? Ugh. Don't ugh me, young lady. Oh, I'm sorry. Bleh. That isn't much better. Dr. Valentine looks pristine as always. His outfit spotless, his hair perfectly white, the collar stiff and starched. The only strange thing about his appearance would be the heavy bags under his eyes. I've always thought those permanent bags, combined with his pasty skin, make him look like a corpse. Not that I've said it to his face. I do have some common sense. Maybe he hasn't been getting enough sleep lately. Running a hospital, even a small one like this, must be quite stressful. And that's before you consider some of the more troublesome patients. Aren't you going to turn your head when I address you? It's rude to keep staring at the table. Don't wanna. Why not? The table doesn't mind being stared at. It's not complaining. But I am. But you complain about everything. Because my nurses are so argumentative. Leave me alone. I'm busy. Doing what? Counting these marks on the table? It's really interesting. Much more interesting than you. I see. Why haven't you had your knotweed tea? I did drink it. Some of it. But it tastes gross. Why do we have to drink it every single day? Because we work at a hospital filled with ill people. Excuse me. If you don't drink your knotweed tea in the morning, your body will become more susceptible to illnesses. You don't want to get sick, do you? No, but to finish your tea, the last thing I want for you is to contract smallpox. You worry about me that much, huh? Hardly. It'd just be a pain, that's all. A pain? I'm running a hospital here. I'm meant to take care of my patients, not my nurses. They should be smart enough to look after themselves. Honestly, sometimes I feel more like a babysitter than a doctor. Man. Claire grows, pushing herself up from the table. You jerk, you didn't have to say it like that. It's the only way to make you listen. You have to be cruel to be kind. But in your case, you're just cruel. Perhaps. But it's a well-known fact that bullies are the best at getting things done. Without tyrants, our country would have been conquered centuries ago. Yeah, you flatter yourself too much, old man. Somebody has to. None of my nurses will do it for me. That's because you're a jerk. Nobody likes a jerk, Valley. Only women with specific interests, if you catch my drift. Claire? What? It's true, isn't it? I have no idea what you're talking about. Now hurry up and drink your tea. We haven't got all day. Whatever you say, Captain. With a salute, Claire picks up her mug of tea and drinks, downing the rest in one. When she slams the mug back down on the table, it's with an exaggerated grimace. There, done. Good job. Do you want an applaud? I don't know why you're offering. You wouldn't even do it if I asked. How unusual perspective of you. Oh my goodness, these tales. The air is infused with the scent of incense and decay. Sandalwood mixed with dust. I shift slightly, my knees scraping against the floor, my eyes closed, hands clasped claps together at my front, I pray. I worry that in this harsh and unforgiving world, I'll never run out of things or people to run for. The success of our harvest this year, the patients back at the hospital, all soldiers away from home, defending the borders of our country. And him too, the one that's never far from my mind no matter what I'm doing. Luca, how is he? Is he alright? I want to know. I need to know. I wish there was some way for me to find out, but short of divine intervention, that's not possible. Information travels slowly around here. It takes weeks for news to reach our tiny village, out in the middle of nowhere. By the time it does arrive, it's already weeks out of date. All the news we receive, if we receive it at all, is old news, filtered through the mouths of so many different people that it's completely unreliable. I wish I could help you, but I can't do anything. I can't do anything other than pray. Will my voice reach you? Wherever you are? Will it deliver you back home? I can only hope. Greetings, Rhea. It's always a pleasure to see you here. And so early in the morning, too. Huh? My head steps upwards, my eyes widening in surprise. It's just you, Celine. I'm sorry if I startled you. I didn't mean to disrupt your prayers. Oh no, it's alright. You don't need to worry. I was just about to leave anyway. The moment in my mind wanders onto the subject of Luca. It's a good indication I need something to distract me. Whoops. Thinking about only him makes me unhappy. You're too kind. You can tell me if I'm getting in your way. I won't be upset. No, it's really fine. I enjoy your company. Besides, I can never tell a priestess to get out of my way. That would be sacrilege. So you say, but Selena sways from side to side, her wings fluttering anxiously. I don't know. I feel much like a priestess. I just annoy people. Well, you've only been doing it for about a week. Nobody's good at anything in the very beginning. You can do it. I hope so. For the sake of my father. Father would be rolling it around in his grave if he knew how useless I am. But Celine, what is it? Your dad, your dad is still alive, you know. Huh? He isn't in his grave yet, so you couldn't be possibly rolling around in it. Are you sure? Quite sure. Is that how it is? That's how it is. Oh. I mean, it wasn't as though I was pushing my own father into an early grave or anything. I'm not that much of an ungrateful daughter, really. It's just, he's been in the hospital for so long, and when I last saw him last time, he got mad at me and said if I had enough time wasting on a dying old man, that I wasn't taking my duties seriously enough. So, I haven't had the time to do much else other than stay here and light candles and conduct services. And listen to the bereaved villagers and play the organ, and it all got pretty busy and overwhelming, so I kind of forgot Father was still alive, even though I'm his daughter. How hard this can I be? Celine, I'm sure it'll be alright. No, it won't. I don't deserve to live anymore. There? I'm sure it'll be fine. You made a small mistake, an honest mistake. You definitely won't be punished for it. But look, Celine, if you pray for forgiveness from St. Augustine, no harm will be done. It'll be fine. It'll be fine? Yes, I promise. Very well, then. Good luck, Celine. This girl. She's supposed to be a priestess, a source of tranquility to help soothe us villagers, but she can be quite stressful to deal with sometimes. St. Augustine, please forgive me, for I have strayed. I have wished death upon my own father, though I love him dearly. Tell me, how may my sin be forgiven? Not only is that the stained glass deceptions of a saint are a little creepy, with their dead eyes and slightly deformed facial features, plus they look far too tall. I guess the person who designed those windows many years ago didn't understand human anatomy. Oh well. The saints all look like praying mantises. Oh my. Well, if the saints have to resemble insects, maybe the mantis is the best? This is a church, and they are praying mantises. Oh my gosh, the puns. Wait a minute. What in the world am I thinking? Compare a saint to a mantis in the house of God, too? Oh, the pun wasn't even good enough to make my brief moment of heresy worthwhile. I think I need to pray extra hard, too. Oh my goodness. That pun, that was something. Let me tell you, it was something. The bells jingle as I push the door to the Sacred Heart Bakery. It's a cozy, small shop located in the middle of the village square. A few doors down from the apothecary, the comforting aroma of baking bread hangs in the air. It helps to dampen the sharp stench of hay, dung, and chickens that drift into the shop from the main street. Well, who it is? Hey there, little lady. Ah, hello, Asa. Asa grins and sets a tray of freshly baked bread to one side. As he does so, Mirin, the owner of the Sacred Heart, walks forward to greet me. Hello, Rhea. It's a pleasure to see you, as always. The same to you, Mirin. What brings you here today, Rhea? Running errands for the doctor? Yes, that's right. We need some more supplies. Then you come to the right place. The bread at the Sacred Heart Bakery is always fluffy and delicious. The crusty on the outside, but warm and soft within. Made with consideration, dedication, and just a little bit of love. Mirin, where's the regular customer? She doesn't need to hear your business spiel every time she comes in. Silly me, I forgot. Ugh. What do you mean, ugh? Don't you think I was cute? An old woman like you should try not to act adorable. It's just not natural. And a cheeky boy like you shouldn't insult his seniors so blatantly. Not if he knows what's good for him. Was that a threat? Oh my, maybe it was. Who can say? But if you wake up tomorrow morning without any hair left on your pretty little head, it certainly won't be my fault. Of course not, you old hag. Do these two even like each other? I wish someone could explain Asa's and Mirin's relationship to me, since I've never been able to figure it out. Anyway, can I have 10 loaves of freshly baked bread, please? Of course, I'll check on it right now. Just give me a moment. Still giggling, Mirin turns to leave. The numerous bits and pieces of jewelry threaded through her hair cling together as she moves, making her sound like a living, breathing wind chime. I hope it isn't a bother asking for so much bread. We have a lot of mouths to feed, not just as patients, but as nurses too. It's no problem, Rhea. Anything for my favorite customer. You shouldn't say that. It's rude to others. But it isn't only natural that out of all the people I serve, I should end up with the favorite or two. I can guarantee across the whole village, nay, the whole island of the whole of Aslanded, nobody is as cute as you. Cute? I don't know. But I do know, as a connoisseur of cute girls, I can state it with certainty, you're definitely the cutest, Rhea. Asa frowns, leaning against the counter. With his piercing green eyes and bright red hair, he really is eye-catching. Perhaps even more so than the windows in the church. Seriously though, are you alright? You have some killer bags under your eyes. You'll end up looking like the good doctor if you don't watch it. I'm fine. You sure? Getting enough sleep? You haven't been thinking about him again, have you? Maybe a little. I can't help it. I can imagine. You always were a mother hen. What does that mean? I mean, you fuss over people. Isn't that why you became a nurse? I suppose so. Maybe. I don't know. Necessity plays a bigger part in my current career than desire. The hospital was the only place in the village I could find that would take me in. It's not like I don't enjoy it though. It's fulfilling work. At least it lets me feel like I'm useful. But don't worry too much about Luca, okay? I stiffened. I was trying so hard not to think about Luca. Having his name brought up so suddenly is painful. It stings more keenly than any cut. Asa. He stopped. He's always been. He can get by on his own, you know? So there's no need to fret. I know, but we've had patients who brought into the hospital before because of severe injuries, attacked by demons, ambushed by bandits, or assaulted by wild animals. We don't often see patients who've been hurt in battle. The ongoing war against Orisa takes place miles and miles away from our sleepy little village, up in the northern towns and cities that border the sea. But it doesn't matter. I've seen enough people arrive in pain, their faces pale, brows flushed, to know how deadly going on a stroll in the forest at night can be, let alone going off to fight an army of thousands. Some of our patients have to have limbs amputated, some go blind, some are bleeding on the inside, some don't ever make it, even when it looks like they're about to recover. Working so hard with so many sick people must be tough. No wonder you're starting to look peaky. Maybe a little, but I don't really mind it. I like being able to help, even if it doesn't always work out. I still want to do my best. That's right, that's the spirit. Keep your chin up, little lady. I am not a little lady. I'm a year older than you, Asa. A whole year. Sure doesn't look like that. You haven't grown an inch since you hit 13. That's none of your concern, you jerk. But besides, I have grown. I've been growing normally. It's you who has shot up 3 feet overnight. You're truly the weird one here. I'm not. R2? I'm not. R2? My, the atmosphere around here feels kind of nice all of a sudden. Don't mind us, Mirren. That's just how Rhea and I flirt. Flirt? What do you mean, flirt? I would never. Oh, that's nice. I always thought there was a spark between you two. A spark? Yes, it's kind of like, what was it? Like characters in a farce comedy. No, I don't think farce comedies are meant to be romantic. I can feel my face getting redder and redder. Shouldn't you be a little bit more careful? Careful? I don't know what the meaning of the word. That's precisely what I'm worried about. I don't want you to make it even worse. Nonsense. I'm fine. Just fine. You don't need to worry about me. I'm a hero. Well, if you're sure. Garrett's leg, even though still supported by splints, looks a lot better than it did when he first came to the hospital. However, I'm not sure he should be walking around on it yet. Trying to tell that to Garrett, though, he refuses to sit still. When his leg hurts so much he can't walk, he finds things to do with his hands instead. He used to sit in bed, folding hundreds upon hundreds of paper swans, a look of intense concentration on his face. He folded so many of those birds, it used to look like he was drowning under the combined weight of all their wings. I think I should be a bit firmer with him. I'm so lax. Dr. Valerian keeps getting mad at me. In fact, we had a conversation earlier that went like this. Now listen, Rhea, this has to stop. What has to stop? You're humoring Garrett. If that young man does not recover, it will be your fault. You're being far too soft on him. Yes, doctor. The moment he gets out of that bed, you need to tell him no. He may have been a soldier a few weeks ago, but he's our patient now. And he has to listen to orders. Don't play along with his childish games. Yes, doctor. When he acts up, just ignore him. All he wants is attention. He's bored. I know how it is. Patients always get like that, especially when they're used to being active. But don't give in. You need to try harder. Yes, doctor. Now, get to work. And not a single word to Garrett. Given an inch, he'll take a mile. Yes, doctor. Just thinking about it makes my skin prickle. Maybe Dr. Valerian acts so distant and aloof on purpose. Maybe he's hoping to scare his patients into getting better so they leave fast and never come back. Still, even if I do humor Garrett, I can't tell him to go back to bed. Not when he's trying so hard. Hey, Rhea. Yes? Ooh. What's eating you? You're looking a little down. First Asa, now Garrett. Why do I keep worrying people? I'm fine, just a bit troubled. Troubled? Why? Did that crusty old doctor scold you again? Okay, but Dr. Valerian isn't that old, you know. He's only in his late 20s. He acts like he's about 200. He's always coming in here to examine my leg, treating me like an old little kid, telling me to slow down and take better care of myself. Huh, what does he know? He is a doctor. Oh. Well then. I know. But how can I sit around in a hospital where when there's a war going on? When our country is under attack, it feels so wrong. I see your point, but I'm the great hero Garrett, you know? One little silly broken leg isn't gonna stop me, no matter what the doctor says. Well, be careful, right? If you're not, I'm the one who gets in trouble. I wonder what Dr. Valerie will do if he discovers Garrett's been walking around again. Maybe he'll dock my salary, or give me the dubious honor of bathing Celine's father, Sion. He's hurt me with worse before. Hey, don't fret. A knight will never let his fair lady get hurt. I'll protect you from that tyrant. I need to start beating up bad guys again. I've been out of action far too long. That doctor will make an excellent target practice. I don't know if you like that. You might have a few tricks slipped up his sleeve. Of course. A true villain does, but I'll try it. I can do it. For the sake of love and justice. Just like Sir Ryan. Love and justice? Yes, they're the most important things in the world. Right? Garrett smiles and runs a hand through his hair. He talks big, like a true hero. But only Garrett's 15, 2 years younger than I am. What it must be like going into a battle, I can't imagine it. Garrett's a soldier who's seen the battlefield, but he didn't break his leg during a skirmish. Apparently, he's been marching to the capital with a group of men to give a report about the status of the war, when their company was attacked by a pack of wild animals. Garrett said he broke his leg during an encounter with a wolf. He wasn't able to keep up with the rest of the men after that. He was slowing them down, so they took him to the nearest hospital to recover. Naturally, they didn't wait for him to get better. But Garrett doesn't let that dampen his spirits. I've got to keep going. The borders of our kingdom aren't safe without me there to defend them. I believe you. You'll be up and at 'em at no time. I need to stop using the scroll thing of my mouths. I love the storyline so far. That's right. Thanks to the vote of confidence, Rhea. You're a lot nicer than some people. Like that old doctor, for instance. You're the only one on my side in this place. The only one I can count on. That's not... I'm just... unprofessional. Who's being unprofessional? Dr. Valerie. That is indeed my name. I am flattered you are able to remember it. Rhea, why haven't you finished making the beds? You've been in here for a half hour. That's ample time, isn't it? Yes, doctor. I apologize. Did you get caught up talking to Garrett? Was he distracting you? Hey, I wasn't distracting her, old man. I was talking to her. I was getting so bored lying in bed, I thought I was going to go crazy. Is that so? Yeah. Isn't that part of a nurse's job? To tend to the mental health of her patients as well as physical? If it weren't for Rhea, I would have gnawed off my right arm by now. What exaggeration right there. It's not part of the nurse's job to get caught up in idle chit-chat. No, that's not what I'm paying her for. And I'm no fool, Garrett. I know you weren't in bed. I can hear you shuffling around, dragging that broken leg behind you from a mile away. Fool again. Now, despite what you may think, I'm not a cruel person. I'm simply an officious one. Officious? Is that like awful? Are you trying to show off by using these long words? Because I'm surprised for you. I'm not a moron. I know what officious means too. Is officious actually a really common word? Am I the only one who doesn't understand what that means? Wait a second. Does that make me a moron? Good, I'm happy to have such an extensive vocabulary. For a brag. I'm simply trying to tell you that I have a hospital room. You are not the only sick person in the room. There's a war going on, as you should be aware. Of course I'm aware. I was actually there, which is more than I can say for you. That's actually where I'm going to head off for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the support you give. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.